Here with Jalon Walker. Jalon, you just committed to Georgia. A lot of people thought this was going to go the way of Clemson.
Right.
When did you know?
I knew last week, I was sitting down with my parents, we all talking, and I walked off, went down to my room, and I thought the Dogs. I felt like this is the best place for me.
Did it just hit you?
It did. We were actually talking as a family. We had a cup and had all our names in a cup, all the names of my schools in a cup. We picked Georgia, first school to pull out, and we talked about the school, and ever since then we talked about the rest of the schools throughout the week, but I think Georgia really stuck with me during that time.
You got to explain this cup thing to me. So what was the purpose of the cup? You got all
Right.
the schools in there.
To talk about each school every single night.
Okay, I got
Right.
you.
Right.
It almost sounds like I drew them out of a hat.
Right,
I'm
yeah,
going to Georgia.
yeah.
Let's get that clear,
Right.
because that would be. So you picked Georgia. Now, I spoke to your dad. Your dad says he knew for a couple days before he told.
Right.
What went on in those couple days?
Right, just preparing myself, preparing to tell the other teams that I'm not going to be able to come to their school because I'm here to be a dog now.
Yeah.
So that's what happened those days.
So the question we always get when somebody of your caliber commits
Right.
is, how committed is he?
Oh, 1,000%. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to stay. Thinking my recruit, me and my parents explained to me that we can't be jumping to school from school. That's not really the great thing to do. So I think I'm here to stay 1,000% till signing day.
What was your parents' reaction when you told them, "Hey, I'm going to Georgia"?
Right, they were excited and proud. They're just excited and proud. If I would have told any of my other family members, they would have thought something different. But I'm here to stay. For the Dogs.
Gotcha. So you knew that you had to call some coaches
Right.
and tell them no. A lot of kids just say, "Hey, watch the announcement video. You know
Right.
where I'm going." But
Yeah.
you were responsible. You called them.
Right.
I hate to dig up ugly memories, but that's what we do in journalism. We
Right.
build you up. We break you down.
Right.
Tell me how those conversations went.
They understood. They were very understanding. Very professional, like I suppose they were going to be. They wished me the best of luck, and I told them one day we might meet cross paths. In the national championship game, playoff game, whatever it is. I can't really wait to compete.
Did you call them before you called the Georgia coaches, or did you call the Georgia coaches first?
I called the other coaches first and called the Georgia coaches next.
All right.
Right.
So who'd you call?
I talked to Coach Venables from Clemson, and then talked to Coach Thigpen from UNC.
Then you called Georgia. Who did you
Right.
speak to that?
Spoke to the whole staff. I sent them a whole big message.
The whole staff.
About 5 minutes before everything. They're on their feet. Just happy.
So FaceTime out here.
Right. Actually, text message. I haven't even really got to speak to them. I just wanted to tell them about 5 minutes before time. They always, here's your surprise. I'm really happy to be a part of the Dogs.
So what was their reaction?
Right. And everybody's just pumped up. Got to meet all commits. My phone's blowing up. I get back to everybody as soon as possible. The coaches, just excited, and just heard the news that Georgia's on the number one on the recruiting board right now. So I'm very proud of the Dogs right now in 2022 class.
All right, speaking of that 2022 class, I know that the other Georgia commits,
Right.
you were in contact with them. What were they telling you?
Right, it can be great. There's something special about this part of the recruitment process where you get to meet these other prospects and things in that sort. But those guys, really great people, and really great football players. I can't wait to play with them.
Who were you speaking to that's committed to Georgia already?
I spoke to Bear, Alexander, I spoke to Marquise, the cornerback, spoke to Gunnar Stockton, spoke to Malachi, the recent commit,
absolutely.
very excited for him, many other guys, just want me to be a part of the Dogs.
What was Bear like? A lot of people are kind of worried about Bear. Tell us about Bear.
Man, Bear's a great dude. He might look the meanest, big dude, muscles and everything, but he's a really great guy. I appreciate all his love he's shown in my recruitment process. Happy to play with him.
So Malachi Starks commits this week, last Thursday, just
Right.
like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
And Dog Nation went sideways because that was a big get for them.
Right.
And then they get you the same week. This seems like a kind of a big week for UGA.
Right, yeah, it's a great week for UGA, and then tomorrow's Coach Schuman's birthday, so happy birthday, Coach Schumann, a little surprise for you.
You're sing a little happy birthday song? Now, hey, they said you could sing.
I can sing, but my pipes, a little clogged up right now.
You're
from
giving
talking
the rusty
everything.
pipes excuse?
Right.
Man, that's garbage. You know that. The first question I get when we talk about you is, he's going to Clemson, or why is he not going to Clemson?
Right.
How close was it?
very close. You know, came down to, you know, neck and neck of schools, but, you know, when Georgia offered me, they made up for all that time I had from the relationship I had with Clemson. You know, they made up and had so much attention towards me, you know, so much great positivity towards me, and I felt like that won me over, you know, just the making up of time. You know, the time, relationships really mattered to me, and they made up for all those relationships being gained over that time.
Second question I get is, where does he play?
Right.
Position-wise, because I mean,
Right.
there seems to be a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
A lot of different potential spots, I should say.
Right. You know, I spoke with Coach Lanning, you know, Coach Schumann about it. You know, I could play, you know, anywhere on the field, you know, outside linebacker, inside linebacker, depending on what down it is in distance.
Your dad said that what appealed to you about Georgia is the fact that they're saying, look, you're going to be a three-down guy.
Right. Right. I like to go get the quarterback. It's one of my favorite things to do. Yeah.
It's not one of the top questions I get, but it's one that I know I'll be asked going forward. Is you were close friends with Travis Shaw.
Right.
You are now a commit. You're going to be doing the same thing Gunnar Stockton was doing, the same thing that Bear and Malachi and all the other guys are doing. They're recruiting. Who are you going to try to recruit to Georgia?
I'm going for Travis. You know, Travis is a great friend of mine. You know, why not go together? You know, it's great. Another big, great guy, player overall, just to play with.
Have you talked to him about this before?
I haven't. You know, he sent me a text before the decision, you know, and I'll hit him up afterwards.
What are you going to tell him?
Gonna be great. Why not be a dog? Hey, we rolling right now, and I see us rolling in many years as well. So.